got such a good list.
Anyway, welcome back to the Two Montys.
Welcome back.
It will be, transparent.
You're looking good, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, fresh.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I don't feel it, but I appreciate that.
No, I feel like I look, I think.
I might be, and it might be too, this brand new, hot off the press, Greedy Bear Mead shirt that just arrived in the mail. Hi, Mead Daddy.
You would have been very excited to see that before you walked out the door.
I was very excited. But what I was going to say is for people listening for the next few weeks, that might be 2, it might be 3, it might be 4. It depends on how good we go. We have no guests. As we've said before, we record 4 at a time, hopefully. But hopefully doth butter no parsnips. I don't know that we'll get 4 out. I don't know that we'll get 4 out today. So it's just us. We both have lists. And at some point, those lists will run out and we will turn the cameras off and come back at a later date.
And you are going to have to bear with me. Because there will
Greedy Bear Mead.
Yeah, there will be plenty of wedding chat because that's got to fill up an episode or two.
Well, not only that, I mean, let's not fuck around here. This is our first episode back since you were wed and honeymooned.
Yes.
I would imagine that will bore the fuck out of people for the next episode or 2.
I think so.
Should we do that first?
Yeah, let's do it.
That should be the first thing.
Well, you were there. What do you think?
It was okay.
I agree.
Yeah, no.
You were there too, Jake. Okay.
He doesn't fucking. He's not even. We haven't even got him on camera so he can look disinterested. Yeah. So you've only been back from. Well, let's kind of reverse engineer it.
Yeah.
You got back last Wednesday. You rang me on Thursday saying I'm driving to Victoria. So landed Wednesday, drove to Victoria
Didn't
Thursday.
even unlock the caravan from the wedding because I knew I was going to have to get off the flight straight into the fucking caravan and away we go. So.
Yeah, so you rang me Thursday driving to Victoria for a Friday Victorian wedding.
Friday at Swan Hill.
All right.
Lake Charm.
Victoria.
Yep, and then Dubbo on Saturday at a new venue there. It's on Grand Designs, old Uniting Church at Ballymore, and they've done a big reno, and it's fucking mint.
Oh, this is the thing you just said. I did a wedding at Ballymore Church, and I went, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So the bit you missed in telling me about it was that this is a brand new venue.
Yeah.
This is probably why you've never heard of it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, good.
And so young couple bought the church, did the reno, got married there themselves, and this one was the first big wedding marquee,
good one.
The whole thing they've had there, which is classic because they're like the owners are so lovely, Sally and Angus. And I said, the first question I asked them, I said, "Oh, how do you go with your neighbours?" And they said, "We're really lucky. We got amazing neighbours. They probably drink harder than anyone at the wedding, and that was all sweet." I said, "Well, that's half your battle with a venue is keeping the peace with the neighbours." Anyway, as the night went on, really fun wedding, and they run a great show. Anyway, best man speech. He's like, "Everyone come out here." And I was like, fuck, here we go. Fireworks. A very, very good display. But the owners come around and like, did you know? Like to all the vendors, did you know? Nobody,
they didn't know?
Nobody knew.
Oh, fuck.
So then they were shitting themselves going, fuck, this is not a good thing for us.
Yeah.
And they genuinely did not know.
Yeah.
Of course you're going to go to the neighbour and say, "I'm sorry, didn't know about that."
Well, and realistically,
and depending on your neighbours, they're going to say, "Bullshit, or we believe you."
Before I shit on them, do we know who the fireworks people are? Is anyone we know?
Well, the best man come around looking for a pocket knife to open a box, so I don't think there was a fireworks person.
So
I think
what
it was
I'll
a
tell
home
people
job.
out there. What I'll tell people out there is if you hire a reputable fireworks company, they are required and will always do like a letterbox drop to the neighbours and let them know the time and the date and all of that, which is what should happen at any sort of commercial fireworks night.
Yeah.
So the best man asking for a pocket knife is certainly...
Yeah, red flag.
A red flag. And so...
population 20, this little village 20 minutes out of Dubbo, and there's a pub 500 metres down the road.
Oh, they'd be
and
loving
a
it at the
caravan
pub.
park.
They'll be all out in the lawn.
To the point where for the couples, Sally and Angus, the ones that own it, the bus got bogged before she got to walk down the aisle. And she was waiting at the pub to get picked up from there to go to the ceremony. And apparently one of the guests had said, "You know what we need? Some bloke in pluggers and footy shorts and a singlet and a bloody trucker's cap to come down here and fucking reef us out."
Yeah.
And she was standing next to one at the pub.
Yeah,
Fit
good.
the description. So he went down with his Land Cruiser and pulled the Oh no, with a tractor actually.
Yeah, right.
And a tractor at the pub.
I think this is an ad for something, isn't it?
So he's gone down, and then whatever guest said it, he's like, "That's who we need. That's the one." So anyway, yeah, the good foray back into the wedding world, despite the travel.
In a not related, I'll just say in a recent wedding that I did.
Oh yeah.
So they had organised the display, and it was supposed to go off at a certain time, and it didn't. And the groom called me and said, "What's going on with these fireworks?" And I said, "I don't know. I'll make a call." And I spoke to the fellow who it turns out I went to school with.
Yeah, no way.
And me talking to him on the phone is the only time I've spoken to him in 30 years.
Yeah.
And he said, "Mate, my lighter won't work. I've just sent a bloke back to the truck to get some matches."
Oh shit.
And I said, "Okay," and hung up and thought, I only got one job, dude.
Light a fuse.
Yeah.
What was he like in school?
It was true to form.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
So yeah, I found that incredibly amusing.
Yeah.
But back to your wedding.
So back to mine. So week before was unbelievably stressful, not intentional.
Oh, let's shout out your mates. That should be the big shout out here.
Well, I'll get to it.
Good.
But I got to shit can someone first.
Oh yeah.
So not
Well,
going to.
maybe you shouldn't because they've made reparations.
I'm not going to say who it is,
Right.
but I'm going to tell the story. So we had 30. What was it? 37.
Something like that.
37 glamping tents lined up for all our guests to camp at the wedding. Had a bad feeling about the mob we originally booked, which continued right up until, well...
Go time.
Yeah, like they basically pulled the pin and didn't say anything and ghosted us on the Monday, and the tents were supposed
Weddings
to already...
on a Friday.
Yeah, weddings on Friday. So tents were already supposed to have been set up a few days before, but kept pushing it back, full of shit. And then just radio silence, didn't fucking hear anything, and then came up with some very elaborate bullshit story as to why they weren't coming. But
we should say allegedly.
Allegedly. But I preemptively got a plan B lined up, who I will shout out, Sunshine Glamping Co. So Ian and Robin were on standby. They had been for a few months, had checked in to see if I needed them, and I stupidly thought I was sweet, so I told them no back in January, and then on the weekend rang them in a panic, and they said, well, we've still got all the tents available. If you need them, we'll be there. So they hired a truck, biggest job they've ever done.
I was about to say, am I right in saying that they also, because it was such a big job, didn't have that many tents and had to then procure them from...
No, I think they had 3 spares. So
right.
They had 40 tents total in their arsenal.
Oh, very good.
We hired 37 of them.
Yep.
And they turned up. The first thing they said was the biggest event we've ever done is a festival with 20 tents.
Yeah, right.
So, and normally, because they're on the Sunshine Coast, they've got family and friends that will help them set them up.
Yeah.
So they came down. All our guests chipped in.
No, not all of them.
Some of them.
I didn't.
Chipped in, set them up, and we got them set up an hour before the guests turned up.
Yeah, well, they were, in fairness, when saying that I didn't help, they were set up by the time I got there.
Yeah.
Although you did make a call. So, and here's your problem, right? You messaged me the day before with a very kind of vague, what time do you think you'll be here tomorrow? And I went, I don't know, 3 o'clock. And you went, yeah, right, no worries. We'll be setting up tents. Had you said, there's been a fuck up, we're under the pump, you reckon you could get here a bit earlier and sort me out? I would have been there in a flash.
I know, but you were road tripping up the coast.
I was road tripping up the coast.
You were having a whale of a time.
I was having a whale of a time, but I would have done it. And I said that to Nick. I said, if he had said, boy, I'm jammed, I'll be there, but he never, so he can get fucked.
Yeah. Anyway, Sunshine Glamping Co., absolute bloody legend, saved the day, couldn't help us out enough. And we, the reason we didn't pull the trigger on them to start with because they were a 15th dearer than the other one.
Yeah.
But hindsight, do not save your pennies.
Get what you pay for.
You'll get absolutely fucked in the behind.
Which, some people enjoy, but not everybody. Not financially.
But if you are booking glamping tents between Newcastle and Brisbane,
right,
and you've got someone on your short list, send me a message and I'll tell you who to
not
absolutely
to
not to fucking book.
Yeah.
And if they pay us back the money, then I will never speak a bad word of them again.
Right.
On camera.
Very good. So, yeah.
Anyway, so that was the week before.
And I should say, glamping tents were sensational.
So good. So good.
The only problem I had is I'm a larger lad, air mattress, big thick one, great. had a slow leak. And so the first night I ended up it was like in a V like this with both of us rolled into the middle. But then obviously being much larger than the other person, every time I rolled over, it was like a slingshot. They nearly got thrown out of the bed. So I'd roll and bounce and they'd go like that. Which was fine because your mates or you or someone also left pumps in most of the tents.
No, that was all them. Yeah.
So I probably 2 or 3 times a night I was getting up and pumping up the thing in the middle of the night. I was
you
like,
should have said something to them.
They
got spare.
Nah, mate, it was fine.
Anyway,
it was fine. No, it was great. And they were really good. Like huge, plenty of room to get changed.
So lovely.
Keep all your shit in.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the weather was slightly inclement. There was no leaks. It was warm. It was fine.
Yeah.
I will say about Glen Innes, I know I'll put my hand up and say here, I apologise for all my rattling on about the fucking heat. One, I didn't realise the altitude it was at. And
when it's hot. When it's cold, it's fucking
cold.
When
we came from Yamba, so we came that way.
Yeah.
And so obviously climbed up onto the tablelands.
Yeah.
And, most other drives you do in the state, you climb and then you descend again almost immediately.
Yeah.
And I was in shock for 2 hours. I kept checking my altitude going, we're at 1,100 metres. We're at 1,200 metres. We're at 1,000. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe it. But what that meant was, as you said, weather was a bit inclement.
Yeah.
It was a bit breezy. Not windy, but the wind was cool.
Yeah.
And I checked the weather and it was like the Saturday was going to be 13 to 18. I was like, huh?
We were stoked because, obviously rain not ideal, but the alternative, and especially given the theme and the costuming of everyone, the alternative being 30 plus degrees would have been far more savage. You would have got wetter from sweat than you would
without
from the
question.
rain.
Without question.
No.
Look, my tailored satin shorts did a great job.
Yeah. But no, apart from the little fuck up with the glamping tents, everything was sweet.
Yeah, it was great.
So much fun. Little poof doof the night before, which ended up, I didn't get to bed till 6 a.m. the wedding day.
Yeah, I did. I was sensible. I was flying.
Well, you had a bit on.
But I had a bit on the next day, so I put myself to bed at about midnight.
You know, it's funny because I saw you at some point, maybe midday, when we were getting changed to go for photos. And I just sung out because you're up in the office. I sung out. I said, how you going? Not good. And that was it. And I was like, we are literally the same the morning of a wedding. Yeah. Because I would have been exactly the same. Don't talk to me. Fuck off.
And the other, I had 2 issues. One was, just the pressure of getting it together. And as we talked about in previous episodes, you had not supplied the appropriate information to me until that week.
Yeah. Which shouldn't have been no surprise.
No. And so I'd brought my old Apple MacBook.
Yeah.
Which gets turned on maybe once a year.
Oh, because you normally do it on your iMac.
Yeah, I'm normally at home at the desktop. And so I tried, mate, it took me about 40 minutes to get the computer going.
Mate, you should have asked.
And then
where you were sitting, my MacBook was
10
meters away from you.
I could not get it going, and then it would load a page and it would take an hour and then it would drop out. And there was a lot of things that were not going my way even before I tried to start writing. So what should have taken me, an hour or so, I reckon I was sitting up there for 3, maybe 4 hours.
Did you do any clay target shooting? Or
no,
you already
no, I was up there.
Yeah, shit.
I was just listening to it out the window going, I wouldn't mind me down there shooting a shotgun right now, but I'm trying to get this laptop to work.
Have you seen the footage of Scotty?
No. Maybe.
His tassel-y thing.
Yeah.
We kind of we'd just done it, and he was getting dressed, and then we were walking away to get photos, and he comes waltzing in, tassels flapping in the wind, and he's like, I'm going to nail this. And it was like, if there's ever anyone that you would not think to nail clay target shooting, it's him.
And he did.
And he fucking nailed it.
Yeah, right. Amazing. Yeah.
It was so good. And just the outfit too.
That's funny.
Hilarious.
That's very funny. So that was Poofed Off the night before.
Yeah.
Which was, for people playing at home, essentially a little stage set up in the middle of a paddock with a neon sign that said Poofed Off and a DJ. And that was we came back from in town and there was various, it was heaps of people and there was not many people, then there was heaps of people. I put myself to bed at about midnight.
Yeah.
So, because I knew I had to get up.
It was all a bit of a blur.
But yeah, I know you were a 6 o'clocker. I know.
And then 6 o'clock
the following night.
Following as well.
Yeah, so wedding day, obviously, it was raining. There was a bit of indecision about where we were going to go and what we were going to do.
Funny you say that.
None by you.
None by me. I never said anything other than the plan is what it is.
Everybody
move the time if we need.
And so it's actually on my list because I've done a few weddings in the rain over the last few days and I'd forgotten about yours entirely. So I guess I was going to say my rule, you're the exception to the rule. My rule is always, don't make your fucking guests stand in the rain. Don't be a piece of shit. But you did that. And it was fine.
It was fine.
Yeah.
And everyone kept asking. I said, ask the king, it's his call.
Oh, that's not my call.
If it was pissing down rain, then no, not going to fucking stand
it was just kind of drizzling.
And I have had that before where guests, and it's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
But it was fucking a little bit drizzly and we'd organised for a fucking 100 clear umbrellas.
Yeah.
So.
And it wasn't, and realistically, there probably wasn't like another option.
No, there wasn't.
No.
Really?
No.
So I just did not really give a fuck.
No. But so then obviously folks didn't see you and Dill entered the yard in the bucket of an excavator.
Robert goes to me. So that happened. And then by the time the aerial silks and, the acrobats hanging off the 20-tonner.
So sorry, just to be clear, just so they didn't waste the excavator hanging over the fence once they'd been put in.
We dropped the bucket off and we had a rigger come from Sydney with a trapeze artist and she got suspended at 8 metres above the...
Off the arm of the excavator into the yard, which is fairly spectacular. And in the rain.
This was the thing that I didn't talk to the farm parentals about because it would have been absolutely not...
Oh, you didn't tell them?
Fuck no.
That's hilarious.
Because I'm big on forgiveness, not permission.
Yeah.
And Robert goes to me, he looks at me, he goes, you're fucking mental. You know that? And
that's hilarious.
Correct.
Yeah, speaking of Robert, I was very excited to meet Robert. I imagined that we would have many things in common, mostly just shit canning you.
Yeah.
Which turned out to be correct.
Yeah, good.
It was very good.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
Actually, and I don't know why I didn't put it together, but Angie's sister, anyway, you look exactly like, and like demeanour, everything, you're spitting image of one of their relations.
Oh, right.
So they're like, you didn't tell us he's bloody
these aren't the relations that live out at Bald Knob, which I sent you the signpost as I drove through it going, well, this is a personal attack.
I know, they like that.
Yeah, I thought they would.
God, what else from the wedding?
I mean, you could probably talk up the ceremony if you like.
I'll get there. Then we had the ceremony, and then
mate, I'll be happy if you skipped by.
No,
it's fine.
actually, I'll hopefully now that we've mentioned it, hope we'll be able to cut to a few little clips of some absolute fucking zingers.
Yeah.
I don't think. You reckon it was me that put it in the quiz? I haven't checked it, but
I don't know.
3 tails wagging.
Like I said to you,
sensational.
Like I said to you, there was a fair bit going on.
Yeah,
and I was pulling all sorts of pieces together.
So you'll enjoy it. So obviously the big fat cock got a mention in the ceremony.
Well, and so for telling people at home, when I did finally get their questionnaires back, there were a number, so they wanted one each so they could answer separately, but they'd obviously colluded at some point because...
Didn't talk about anything.
Well, there were a number of... phrases that appeared in both questionnaires that I took as a personal challenge that they were saying, well, he won't say this out loud. And I went, like, fuck, I won't.
No, we honestly did not talk to each other at all about the content in the
And so obviously one of my questions is, and couples of mine will know this, I ask, what do you love about each other? And Dylan said, amongst a bunch of lovely things, your big fat cock. That was the exact phrase. And in yours, you said you love how he loves your big fat cock. And I went, there's collusion here for sure. And they're expecting me not to say it out loud in front of all the people. And I'm going to say it out loud in front of all. And I obviously, if you see the footage, I turn my back to everyone and say it very quickly.
Yeah. No, so good.
Mostly because your granddad was sitting there and I was like, I don't need to be looking at granddad while I say big fat cock.
Have you got the opener? The Law and Order? So leading up to the wedding,
a moment.
I don't know. We were trying to pick songs for the ceremony, so we arrived to "You Make My Dreams Come True" Hall and Oates on the excavator. Then the signing song Dill picked, which was the Law and Order SVU soundtrack, like dun 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 dun.
For their signing song,
which owns a law firm, so it kind of works. But also,
I didn't make that connection.
But No, it didn't.
No, for the conveyancer.
I know, but also that, and then we had Let's Go Girls to walk out. But I told Kingy about the Law and Order track.
What were we doing? Oh, we were driving up to Adams Peak to get those photos.
Yeah,
Jack
and
Ham,
then you and Ben Pitto ended up in cahoots.
Well, I said to you in the car when you told me what it was going to be. I said, I could do something with that. I should do the intro to Law and Order, but I'll change the wording to suit. And then we spitballed it, and I said, well, why don't I open with it, and then I'll get Ben Pittman to have the dun-dun ready to go. So when I finish saying my opener, he does the dun-dun. And so we did it, so it ended up playing like about 2 seconds of the song after it. So
I knew this bit was coming, didn't know the wording. Dill didn't know any of it was coming.
So, yeah.
And everyone fucking loved it.
And so we should say the other thing, which was a surprise to you.
Oh, yeah.
Your sister-in-law rang me and said, Hugo's been practicing cracking his whip.
That was fucking cute.
And I know Monty normally cracks the whip, and we thought he might be able to do that in his place. And I was like, that's fucking great. Said, but normally he does it to round up the guests to get him into position. But that would obviously be a waste because he won't be there.
Yeah.
So we'll get everyone into position. They'll come in, and then we'll get Hugo to do the thing. And I talked to him the night before at the, hey, Hugo, come here, mate. Like, mate, you're going to be great. Because she was like, he's pretty nervous. I was like, no, and I talked to him heaps. I was like, you're going to be great, mate. You're going to be great. And he was all dressed up like a cowboy. And we had him planted in the front row and said, I've got a special guest opener here. Out he comes. And he stepped out and he cracked the whip cut, but he was under the tree. So he caught the tree and then he tried to bring it down and he hit this other girl in the leg, who she was like, I'm kind of into it.
I know, of the crowd, 90% would have been keen for a whipping.
Oh, yeah. And so then my opener was, years ago, the criminal justice system considered homosexual association as especially heinous. In spite of this, the gays continue to persist in these vicious felonies. Thankfully, today in a more enlightened time, homos can do anything they like, even marry. This is one of those stories.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, heinous to rhyme with anus. God damn it, Lincoln.
Anus crimes.
You son of a bitch.
Fuck. Don't you hate that?
Yeah. But anyway, I was pretty happy.
There'll be another opportunity. Marry lawyers. There you go.
Yeah.
Gay lawyers.
Yeah, gay lawyers.
Kingy's.
If you're a gay lawyer getting married and you want to...
He'd probably do it at a discount just to say that.
Have a variation of the SVU intro.
But mate, knocked it out of the park. It was so fucking good. I already left your review on.
You did. You left me a very nice review that I actually got a bit teary about.
Keep reading that if you want to hear.
It was too nice. Yeah, go and look up my reviews online.
Yeah.
Although you did it on AB, you didn't do it on Google, I noticed.
Oh, I got to copy paste it.
Yeah, that's all you had to do. That's all you got to do.
We haven't done any of the thank you shit. We just fuck, what else?
No, but I was stoked, mate. It came off pretty well. I was pretty happy.
Ash Bazaar House with all of her things. We had
incredible stuff.
Stilt walkers and champagne dress and champagne wall and the acrobat and fucking so good.
It was funny. The guy who was the offsider of the acrobat.
Yeah.
But I'd seen him wandering.
That's the rigger.
Yeah, but he's wandering. Yeah, well, and he looked like one.
And he's in my phone as a digger rigger. Because Robert's like, who the fuck's that? Digger rigger? Don't ask any more questions. He goes, is it getting a service?
Because he was walking around and I'm like, who's this fucking bloke? He was, dressed like a rigger. Yeah. And I'm like, who's this guy? Where did he come from? Must have just wandered in from Glen Innes.
Oh, God, no. So that was good. Fuck.
Well, let's talk about the band.
Band, Uptown.
Incredible.
Absolutely nailed it. 9 of them, including Kylie Jane.
Yeah.
Who had a bit of FOMO, didn't want to miss out because she's no longer in Uptown.
I was going to say, injected herself into the band and the wedding.
And it was so fucking good. And she sent it too.
Yeah. She was having a pretty good time.
She had a good time. I'm happy for her about that. Oh my God. Okay. So I think, is that speeches were all fucking great.
Yeah.
I think Dad's went over a few people's head with the artificial insemination chat.
Yeah. Yeah, they were all very, very good.
We'll post a bit of that when it comes back. But no, all the vendor crew, fucking amazing. And yeah, I think everyone had a pretty good time.
Oh, I was only very briefly going to say the next day was advertised as a recovery at the show.
From midday.
Yeah, and I looked at the thing that you had on Facebook, on the Facebook group saying, bus will pick us up at 1 will drop us back at 8, and I woke up obviously after and I was helping Ben Pittman put some of his gear back into his truck at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, right.
Oh, so that still sent me that photo yesterday or the day before of
me riding. Yeah.
Which was at stupid o'clock in the morning just before I went to bed. And so then when we woke up in the morning, and I was like, I'm not going to the fucking show. Like if the bus is coming at 1, I will not be on it.
No.
And then the message came through, it's coming at 2. And I said, I still won't be on it. And then it came through and said, it's coming at 2:30. I went, I still won't be on it. And then it started actually warming up. There was a bit of break in the clouds and it got quite hot. And I was in the tent and I was like, get in the car. We're going for a drive. I'll just drive around the AC for a bit and I sat in the Glen Innes KFC drive-through line for, I would estimate, no shorter time than 25 minutes.
Yeah, they're not real
it was
speedy.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I'll also say, and I won't name the place, but I can say Nick and Dee went to get coffee on one of the mornings. No, sorry, I tell a lie. They went into a coffee shop to get a couple of, they just had juice in a bottle in the fridge. So they were in a line, got to the front, said, I'll have those 2 bottles of juice in the fridge there. Can I have them, please? Yeah, what's your name? Dee. Okay, we'll be with you in a tick. And then made it like when you order the coffee.
Oh, God.
And then wait till I got to them and then got the juice out of the fridge.
Oh, fuck.
5 minutes later. And so then we were in the KFC line later for 25 minutes. I was like, I don't know what the fuck's going on here in Glen Innes, but they're obviously just dealing with one issue at a time.
Actually, another funny caveat. So my friend Holly owns the coffee incident down the main
Now, I'm not
street.
saying it was that one.
No, different story. But
can I also say your friend Holly, who owns the coffee incident, I don't know, I obviously probably met her.
Yeah.
But I did a wedding last weekend, not the weekend just gone, the one before, at Hunter Valley Gardens. And there was a photographer there whose name currently escapes me, and I really apologise for that, but she's from, say it, Gyra. And I said, this last weekend just gone, I was at blah, 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 at Glen Innes. I was just out at Glen Innes. She says, my friend Holly owns the coffee incident. She was at the wedding. And I was like,
right.
Good. I'll find a name in a minute and shout her out.
Anyway, Holly, a few people sent me photos. There was a brown paper bag with a note on the front door.
Oh, stuck to the door. Yeah, I saw that.
Coffee incident is closing today for Monty and Dylan's wedding.
Yeah. Oh, I should also say...
Fucking small town things.
Well, speaking about small town things, so in saying that the bus said it was coming at 1 and then it was coming at 2, then it was coming at 2:30 and then it came at 5:30, which was an acceptable time to go to the show.
Because it was my mate driving it.
Yeah,
and I just text him when to come.
Well, I also said, was like, this bloke, has he been hanging by his dusters all day? Just like... Yeah, just let us know,
you
mate.
can't do anything. You can't. You're zero when you're public transport, so you can't drink anyway.
But anyway, we went to the show, and I was in no way surprised by this. But we got to the gate. We went through the gate. There's a group of a dozen or so of us that were still there. Group stops while someone talks to Monty from town. 3 more steps. Another person stops to talk to Monty from town. 5 more steps. I said to Dylan, is this going to go on the whole fucking time? And he just rolls his eyes. Yes. And that's when I fucking walked off.
He fucking hates it. Literally, everyone knows everyone.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but obviously you were the big show in town. It wasn't even the show. The show was the second biggest thing in town.
Yes. No, it was. That's true.
Yeah. No, it was good. It was a great. It was a great weekend.
The 150th Glen Innes show was the second biggest event that weekend.
I did notice too. We went through the. Obviously went into the pavilion where the cake displays were, where the winner sponsored by Monty Haron. I couldn't help but notice that Dr. Ross Haron has the thing right next to you for another variety of cakes. And I was like, did this happen before or after?
I've been doing it for 3 years.
And how long's he been doing it?
He's been entering for about 10. Hasn't won a fucking thing.
I don't if I can't win,
I know.
I'll fucking sponsor one.
He's going to rig it.
Yeah.
But it's probably the ABC covered it last year.
Yeah.
And they said it's possibly the biggest pavilion display in the country for
cakes.
Hilarious. Because the sponsorship went from it's 50 cents.
$10 or whatever.
It's 50 cents entry and it's 5 or 10 or 15, $20 for the prize money.
Yeah.
And so one year I put $1,000 on it. This year I didn't because I spent it all on the wedding.
Yeah.
I think it was $500 this year or something.
Yeah.
But because it was a rainbow cake last year and they had 30 entries or something.
Yeah.
Whereas normally they get 2.
Yeah.
So you're almost guaranteed a prize.
I did, and I'm in no way disparaging country shows and the people that enter into them, but I did get a giggle walking around the pavilions with the displays of various things of there's 3 baby carrots bundled together, which is the winner of the junior entry in carrots. And I go, that's great. That's fucking awesome. And there's 1 agapanthus flower sticking out of a bottle.
Yeah.
Second prize. And I was like, what the fuck is this?
I know. It's actually so good.
But in what point do you go,
That's a category.
Yeah,
That's a
no,
category.
but you're in your yard and you go, might cut that one off and stick it in a bottle and enter it in the show. Like, it was so fun. And, mate, fucking good luck. And I fully acknowledge that a bunch of them were kids who were having a great time.
So many of them.
There's just so many funny little things that are like, how is this a thing? Like, how did this even get here?
It used to, like...
Someone's picked it on the walk in.
Yeah.
Like, snapped it out of someone's garden, stuck it in an empty stubby and gone, I'm entering the competition.
If it's good weather, like a country show's actually, like the arena too, like the wood chop. And
I spent some time watching... I don't know what it's called. You'll be able to tell me.
There's Dash-Hound races.
I won't say no.
Which they kept advertising as the race that stops the nation.
Amazing.
But it fucking wasn't.
No, this was like a proper thing that people are obviously into. I want to call it jousting, but it wasn't jousting. It was like a team of 3 or 4 belting along with a fucking garbage picker-upper on the end of their thing.
Oh,
and
it's polo cross.
No, I know what polo is, you fucking idiot. It's like a plastic marker on the ground.
Picker-upper.
No, it's like a spear with a point on it, and they come galloping through and they fucking jam it and keep riding.
Yeah, that's, fuck.
There you go. He doesn't know either.
No,
he's obviously not sponsoring that event.
Well, I only did barrel racing, which would have been a thing
someone
too.
did tell me, and it might have been Robert, that it's the origins of it are from like the Boer War or something, when they would ride through and pull the tent pegs out of the opposition's tents, like they come flying through on horses and whip the thing out. And so this is like a callback to that.
Fuck, we should have got them to come help pack down the tents the next day. That would have been handy.
So they got these little plastic markers and they can come galloping through at full pace and tent pegging. There you go.
Tent pegging. Well, there you go.
Yeah, make sure you put tent in front. All right, we must be fucking done.
Did you send me the thing? It's like spelling has never been more important than when you're Googling the name Gary Oldman.
Yeah, don't leave out the R when you're Googling Gary Oldman. No, that was Scotty because he sent it to me as well.
Yeah, good.
We're at 32 minutes. Is there anything else you want to talk about? We just pick it up the next episode because, quite frankly, we've got to fill episodes.
We've fucking got lots more to go.
All right, so see you next Tuesday.
Part 2 of the wedding next week. See you next Tuesday. Bye. I got to piss.